Your study is indeed unique. All of these rare books, many of them can hardly be found at Wanwen Bookhouse, or even in all of Liyue. If I may so ask, where do you usually collect your literature? Perhaps you could share a tip or two with a friend, my liege?
This is a fine study. The books here are considered quite rare. In those material catalogs from Mondstadt, perhaps they might provide some competitive market advantage. If I had to say one thing, it would be that the decorations are a little simple. It wouldn't hurt to consider adding more presentable articles of furniture.
Getting a good rest is indeed key to being productive in one's work. This bedroom has everything, except for one item. It needs a clock to gauge time with. I'll find some time to accompany you to shop for a clock, lest you oversleep and miss something important.
Kitchen. Ingredients. Confusing. In the forest, we don't use. I want to learn, other than hash browns. Can you teach me? After making, give to you and Lupiko to eat.
I never thought that such a perfect study could exist outside the Knights of Favonius headquarters. I would certainly feel at ease here, whether it be while reading or working. Thank you, Honorary Knight. I am very satisfied.
The kitchen here is furnished just like Wang Shuin's. Looking at the ingredients here, could you recreate that dish I'm familiar with? I assume you know the one. Just an idle thought. I'm not expecting anything.
How did you know that I was worrying about finding a place to practice? Simple tents and a traveler's pack? Practicing here would be great. Good thinking setting this up around your house. Many thanks for the trouble you went to.
Oh, such a tidy room. It reminds me of the Knights of Favonius guest room. Now, if it only had a few cute decorations, it would be even more cozy. Let's go buy some when you have the time. A fully equipped alchemy workshop? And arranged in a rather reasonable manner as well. Even if an experiment goes, explosively wrong in here, the specimen stored in the storage cabinet shouldn't be damaged. Huh? When did you get here? I mean, I've been itching to conduct this experiment. Is it okay if I go ahead and do it? Did you arrange all of this yourself? Oh, to have you do such strenuous work yourself. I should have come to your aid earlier. I have neglected my duty as a maid. You must be tired after a hard day's work. I'll brew you some tea and prepare your favorite snacks. Please rest well.
The park is one of the most pleasant places in the city. Most people taking a break there are relaxed and in pretty good spirits, so they're always willing to listen to a song or two. Let's work together to make this park even more beautiful.
The wind blowing through this park brings with it a familiar scent. This would be the perfect spot to rest on a nice afternoon, listening to the sounds of the water. It's just so relaxing. Thank you. I love this place.
Newcomers who are learning how to use wing gliders will practice simple exercises in Springvale. Most of the buildings in Springvale only have 2 or 3 floors, which is an ideal height for those still getting accustomed to gliding. However, please remember to glide legally. The rules also apply here.
One has witnessed how you have poured your heart and soul into the pursuit of the heavens and abyssal moon. Travelers, their appetite for adventure insatiable. Surely do they leave the most brilliant marks upon this paradise.
Mein Fräulein means that she enjoys the style of adventurer camps. She never grows tired of it.
Most endearing. Who would have thought that one might find such a study outside the treasure trove of the Magus, custodian of books? It is worthy of one's extended stay, and may invoke 7 blessings of the Prinzessin out of 10.
What Mein Fräulein means to say is that most of the literature in this study is of interest to her.
Short and squat wooden houses, sparsely scattered. Sometimes, a village like this can be easier to guard than a city. When hunting demons, I just want bystanders out of the area, so I can focus on fighting. So this is what human construction looks like up close.
Oh, I know how to use this workshop. Some things look kinda different, but I'm sure I'll get the hang of it after a few tries. Thank you, Mr. Honorary Knight.
The flourishing city of Liyue developed from small streets dotted with a few shops, just like this one. You have a talent for many pursuits, as well as a boldness of spirit. To me, each day spent with you is as valuable as gold.
I didn't expect you to be into this kind of thing. Growing grapes. Are you taking a page from Dawn Winery and making your own wine? Not a bad idea. If you succeed, remember to call me over. I'd like to try some. This environment is quite relaxing. The sisters working at the church shouldn't be able to find this place, so I can rest without any interruptions. Thanks for telling me about this place.
As I thought, you've carefully observed the streets of Liyue. Your understanding of the layout of stores and vendors is most detailed. Would you be interested in discussing plans to improve Chihurak with me?
Whoa! This orchard smells wonderful! The apples must be super big and juicy! And these bunches of grapes weighing down the dense vines... they'll become delicious wine one day. Why don't we sample some of these future wines? It can't hurt to enjoy them a little. Come on, open wide!
Villages are for people. Sometimes I want to visit. If you are here, I am not scared. Thank you for bringing me.
Oh, a place suited for quiet research, I see. Not only are reference materials readily available, but you can initiate experiments at any time as well. This is truly a mage's ideal workshop. You really are a cutie after my own heart. You have good taste in literature. Large bookshelves and a fireplace? This would be a most comfy place to put my feet up. I must reward you well for making this place so cozy.
Chefs can't be picky about location. No matter what kitchen appliances there are, I'll be back to cooking like I normally do after a few practice rounds. Of course, you can't skimp on ingredients. Only the freshest will do. There isn't too much stocked here. I'll whip up some food for us, so could you go and help me buy some ingredients?
For a makeshift base, this is well put together. Whoever was responsible clearly knew what they were doing. The tents are sensibly positioned in relation to one another, and the fencing shows they were well aware that danger can approach from any direction. It's reassuring when you know you can rely on your companions.
A fascinating copy. You have attended to every fine detail. Even the feeling of the wilderness that one can only experience when adventuring themselves. All right then. I'll go ahead and start sketching. Would you mind if I make you the subject matter of my sketch? This is a nice workshop. Looks like I will be able to continue my research here as well. I believe that you must have acquired some sort of secret art that allows you to copy things from the real world. Is this not so? If you don't mind, I'd like to conduct some further research with you. Perhaps it may be of some help to you.
This shrine looks somewhat familiar. Is this what it means to reminisce? So be it. The sensation is not a disagreeable one.
Oh boy, you did not disappoint. This festive street is exactly my scene. Oh, time to get serious, though. Let's pick a stall and go head-to-head. Winner takes it all. The loser has to run around the place 3 times while shouting to the winner, "All hail, King of the Festival!"
Nothing beats a warm and cozy hot spring. Just half an hour in a hot spring is enough to get rid of all the fatigue that accumulates during training and battle. Do you mind if I take a dip now? Oh, you want to join me? A village can provide troops, conceal provisions, assist with reconnaissance, and so on. They often function as key strategic locations in resistance operations. The layout of this village is quite conventional. I doubt anyone could point to anything that's out of place. You've clearly done your homework on Inazuma's environment. I am thoroughly impressed by your abilities.
tranquil tea house with finely crafted ornamentation and the scent of tea lingering in the air. The atmosphere here is truly delightful. When you can spare the time, why not join me to discuss our favorite poetry over tea?
Whoa, check it out. This looks just like Granny Oni's place. Pretty sweet. The scenery's really making my day. Let's go kick back in the shade. I'll tell you all my epic tales from roaming the wilds of Inazuma.
I much prefer tranquil places like this to the constant clamor of the city. It's somewhere that I can be myself, no distractions. A life of freedom, leisure, and relative privacy. It seems this appeals to you, too.
Let me quickly inspect the ingredients in the kitchen. After all, you will most certainly need wisdom to turn limited ingredients into a dish that can keep you full for an entire day. Oh, yes, thank you for preparing these. If you're not averse, you're welcome to try some as well.
The terrain in this village is pretty complex. I definitely wouldn't get found if I took a nap here. The buildings are just the right height, too. I should be able to practice my escape techniques. This place is so great.